Then let's see what the tattoos mean. Seems a bit intricate, so maybe there's some information in there. Let's just do that.
An intricate web of blue lines stretches across the torso, from the right shoulder to the solar plexus. Each time they intersect, a small white star is formed in their crossing. Hundreds of fading asterisks riddle his skin. Their concentration is highest around his heart.
Is this a map of the night sky? Is this a microelectronic system? Is this a national pattern? I'm gonna ask that first.
Illumination that I know of. If anything, it reminds me of religious illumination, last or penultimate century. Men who live harsh lives often turn to innocentic worship. But which one? I see no trace of a humanoid figure.
We're missing something here. A sudden ring fills the air as the lieutenant pulls down the zipper of his orange jacket.
He wears a wide leather belt around his waist and a gun holster under his arm. He takes a thin piece of milled aluminium from his coat pocket and pulls it open. Sounds like a sword being unsheathed. A small lens appears. Some sort of camera.
What's that?
Sunshine. Mini.
Triggered is the world's leading manufacturer of intercommunication devices, primarily projectors. The camera before you looks familiar somehow.
Shit, Kuno! What the fuck is that?
An instant color camera.
Okay, that's good to have, I guess.
Pulse, so nobody move. I don't want to waste one.
A sound, a shrill flash, followed
Oh, that
by
looks
the
cool.
breaking of a small ampoule of glass. You see streams of color pour onto the thick, glossy piece of paper, rolling out.
Oh, that's the art in this game is just fantastic, honestly.
In case we need it.
Okay, then let's just commend his camera.
Yes, it is pretty cool, isn't it?
There is only one ampoule left. Use it wisely.
What do we need the photo
Contains
for?
insight to the victim's person. By his build, I'd say this was a man of physical violence. The story he wanted his body to tell was important to him. It is his letter to us. Someone should decipher it. We'll need to show it around.
I'm gonna let... should I take it? Yeah,
Sure.
why not?
Just don't lose it.
Okay.
The glossy-eyed corpse looks by, his mouth mute and his skin as colorful as the chemical rainbow on the photo paper, teeming with opportunistic organisms.
That sounds delicious.
Interactable item. Investigate this item further by going to the Interact tab in your inventory.
Okay. I'm gonna look him in the eye first.
His eyes are milky white and blind to the world, protruding comically from their sockets. There is no one home, just subaquatic terrors there. Dark brown hair grows on his head. His face is ready to explode from the organic processes inside. The death's head grin has passed. What remains is an unrecognizable mess.
So... Are there, like, supernatural powers in this game? I mean, let's just go for it. Why not?
The corpse is dead silent. You have no idea why you just said that.
Okay.
Who is he? He is male, 40 to 50, with an athletic build.
Okay.
The corpse looks right through you as you distance yourself from its stench. Eyes like a shark.
Okay. Should we... Oh, wait, that's just this. Okay, we can't interact while in this. We can't interact with the photo while in this menu, so we'll do it later. Let's just get all the options out of the way. Let's take a step back first.
As you narrow your eyes, the monster before you blurs into a violent mess of green and pink. This is a trick. You've done it before. Pink is where the blood settled in the first hours post-mortem. You can use it to see if the corpse has been tampered with. Does his position at the time of death match the discoloration?
Let's just get that going,
the
yeah?
lower extremities are pink with a dash of blue. His fatted hands, thighs, and his neck, just above the noose. The rest of the corpse appears dark green in the cold spring air.
Let's just
I see.
say that.
His neck too. The lividity goes right up his chin. We have good, well-pronounced discoloration here.
The monster comes back into focus, an explosion of color, coursing with dark marbled veins. His stomach appears pregnant with something. Black liquid streams down his thigh and onto his boot.
So, what do you think?
I think he's dead. I think he was upright after death. His hands, feet, and neck are discolored. Something is coming out of him. He's beaten up. See the bruises. Yeah, I mean, like, that seems correct. Like, that's how those stains happen. They go to the it's the blood that well, the red blood particles fall out of solution and sink down. So yeah, that's where the stains would be if he hangs, approximately.
Agreed, especially on the neck. The belt acted like a tourniquet, keeping the blood in his head. The hypostasis supports her hanging.
Yep, seems like a lynching to me. Could it still be he was moved after death? Maybe he was strangled by someone. I mean, it does look like a lynching, but asking questions I think is never really that bad of an idea, is it?
There's always a chance. We should check for ligament marks on his neck to see if they're in tune with the belt. We'll have to get him down first.
Okay. Let's talk about what something is coming out of him.
Blood and feces has eaten into the frozen mud below the man's feet. Purge liquid is dripping into it, drop by drop.
Delicious.
The victim appears to have contained no more than half a kilogram of digestion at the time of death.
The fuck he's saying?
Shut up, Kuno.
Talking about shit.
We got lucky. Maybe he went to the toilet sometime before death, got them right. I'm F-slur, I'm not going to say that because it's not my place to say that. We got lucky. Let's just...
Maybe.
Okay, I think he's dead.
His personality is no longer a part of the world.
Totally dead.
The world no longer stores his personality in its composition. There was a time for that and it ended 7 days ago. No, better not say that too heavy. Totally. This bust is not coming back. Deadity, dead. What is dead anyways? Let's just say that.
Sounds about right, yes.
I don't know, he seems like someone who would appreciate something philosophical like that. He seems like somewhat thoughtful, so yeah.
I do. Most of them are post-mortem. Maybe even all of them. The delinquents have made our jobs harder with their little sport.
Stop talking in riddles, coin slot.
It means you fucked him up good, Kuno. Fucked him up brutal like.
Let's catch our breath then.
There is no breath to catch. Only the cadaver filling the air and your nostrils. He slowly rotates before you, decomposing.
So how do we get him down?
Shall we finish the preliminary examination of the cadaver? We might miss some of these things once he's down.
The
I don't think...
cadaver slowly twists on the cargo belt. His
Yeah.
torso covered in tattoos and extremities blotched pink and blue.
Okay, so we've gone through all the things.
The steel-reinforced belt presents a unique challenge. I brought chain cutters, but I don't see a good angle of approach to the belt.
He doesn't actually think the challenge is unique. He thinks it's frustrating, annoying, and harder than he thought.
The cadaver is a good 1.2 meters up. Neither one of us can reach the belt without assistance. And even if we do, there's the question of cutting the airship strength material.
Can someone else do it? We could saw the branch. Seems like a lot of hassle. Let's not do it. Maybe we could shoot him down. Seems like a bad idea. Maybe we can ask for help from the harbor. Also not a good idea, probably. I'm out of ideas. Let's have another look at him. I mean, you can't really reach the branch either, right? Can someone else do it?
Someone else? You mean like the police?
What was that about processing, then? Weren't they supposed to take care of the boots? Why don't they help?
Can't the boys from processing take care of this?
No.
Okay
I
then.
know it's hard, but I assure you, the others won't come to help us. And we have a growing sanitary concern here. We need to get him down, fast. Climb up there and saw the branch?
That seems
There has
dangerous.
to be a less risky way, with less falling down of trees.
Yeah! Bang bang time, pig! Shoot his head off!
How?
Where the buckle ties the rope to the branch. That's a good spot to aim.
There the buckle holds the belt together. I don't know. Just, you know, shoot up there maybe. Just shoot the belt. The bullet will break it. Yeah, let's go for the buckle.
Where? Ah, yes, I see. If the shot hits that, there might be a chance to release the belt.
Yeah, now we're talking. Entertain a Kuno with some shit.
They'll miss! The pigs will miss Kuno!
Take the shot, Lieutenant. What's the worst thing that could happen? Actually, don't. It has bad idea written all over it. Wait, let me try. Say nothing, let him choose. I don't know how. Maybe it's better not to. Let's have him do it. Let's have him do it. Yeah.
Blow his head off.
Take it! Take the shot!
Yeah, take the shot. Kuno wants some of that shit.
Silence. With his elbow sharp, the lieutenant unzips his jacket and produces a lightweight firearm. He drops a paper cartridge in the barrel, separates the scouring stick, and gives the cartridge 5 tucks.
Okay.
Securing it in place. That's a Kiel A9090 Armistice, mass-produced muzzleloader, ascetic, frugal, one of the most common firearms in the world. He then steps back and assumes the fellow's desk position, taking aim. The corner of his eye twitches. His finger is on the trigger.
I'm not gonna distract him. I'm just gonna let him do it. Otherwise, he might actually blow his head off, and that would be unfortunate.
He's gonna fucking miss!
The kid's voice is drowned in a shrill blast that echoes off the walls of the surrounding tenements. A cloud of smoke slowly parts in the air as the lieutenant steps back and says to himself,
God damn it.
a lot of things were wrong with that shot. The fellow's test was the wrong choice. His shoulders are raised, but above all, he cannot trust his eyesight.
Fucking idiot! Mookabat asshole!
Kuno could have hit it easy, but then Kuno's not fucking handicapped, is he?
It's okay, man.
Kuno's sorry too. Kuno feels sorry for the Beano Cloud.
The lieutenant doesn't say a word, just looks at the gun in his hand.
Try again, maybe?
We are lucky as it is. We didn't break anything, and the victim remains uncompromised.
Okay, yeah, I mean, I don't really know much about shooting and the stances people take when shooting, so I did not catch that mistake, I guess. Let's see how it goes.
Could put us in an unfortunate position with the locals. We have eyes on us. I didn't do us any favors with that.
Let's not yell at him, let's just...
I have to say, it's beginning to look unlikely we can get him down without assistance.
You know, You don't feel like too bad of a shot yourself.
I can try to shoot him down. Yeah.
It's bad as it is, us shooting firearms like punks here. Go ahead, I'm not stopping you. Just don't hit the victim.
They only have one gun.
Oops.
This is the sorriest pair of pigs Kuno's ever seen.
Officer, why do we only have one gun?
Remember when I told you I didn't have my badge or uniform with me when I woke up? I didn't have my gun either. I think someone has stolen it from me, stolen my gun. Gun is stolen. Let's say
The
nothing.
lieutenant follows suit. He finishes loading the gun in silence, then hands it to you.
Let's take it and let's see.
Fucking banana poika. Take it and shoot yourself in the mouth.
Feel the weight
Cold
first.
piece of bakelite and gunmetal is surprisingly light. Your fingers fit right through the guard, instinctively resting on the trigger. You've held this, an A9 Armistice, before. At some point, it probably used to be your choice of firearm. It still feels comfortable, like you never laid it down.
That's good.
What are you waiting for, Kuno? Tell him to shoot himself in the mouth.
The buckle comes into focus in your sights. You stand with your feet planted firmly in the ground and your left hand supporting your gun arm.
Alright then.
Don't you just shoot yourself in your mouth? At least you won't miss.
Ooh, let's not do that immediately. I think if we say shut up, they're only gonna get louder.
Your field of view narrows. The branch slowly moves, becoming entirely two-dimensional. The metal buckle glimmers, catching the morning light as the corpse slowly rotates. The slow movement of the branch in the wind and your shoulders directing the gun sink up, dancing hypnotically.
Now our odds should be better, I assume.
Trying.
Now it's 58.
Right now, fucking faggoty.
Okay, let's tell him to shut up.
Or what? You gonna fuck me? You wanna fuck me, pig? Is that what this is about?
Let's give it a shot. Wonderful.
The buckle explodes into tiny pieces, coming loose with a whir. With your hand numb from the recoil, you look at the body slump down. For a moment, the man appears to kneel in front of you, looking straight at you, helpless, trapped within itself.
Who killed you?
Communism.
Okay, so we do have some semblance of you know, supernatural stuff going on.
It takes a millisecond for the association to flash within your cortex. You have no idea where it's coming from, only that it's right. Then the rigor in his muscles gives up, and he smashes sideways into the spring mud, letting out a horrid stench.
Okay, wonderful. You've been policed. How did I do that? Who's laughing now, you little shit?
Ace is high.
The Ace is High, a custom invented by the aerostatic brigades during the Revolution, is used to celebrate success in Revachol, especially in sports. The gesture is spread across the world, despite the defeat of the revolutionaries themselves. You could add an Ace's Low to it, if you like, by turning your back after the high and waiting for another.
Yeah, let's go for it.
The high arrives with a sharp slap. As you turn around, there is a moment of doubt. Feels like that low ain't gonna connect. Chill, it's gonna connect. But then it does, and with furious precision. The lieutenant is not one to leave an Ace's Low hanging.
I knew
That's
these
wonderful.
guys were
Yeah, sure, why not?
Cracks with laughter. Sounds like someone strangling a seagull. It's clear he enjoys himself.
I knew they suck each other off.
What
I
now?
will perform a field autopsy and determine the cause of death. But before... Excuse me.
Slumped on the ground like that has not improved the way the corpse smells. The fall seems to have released something deep inside it.
Yeah, like probably a lot of air from the lungs, right? That was probably trapped as well. This one guy told me about him cutting down someone from a tree who hung there, and like as soon as like they held him, cut the rope, and as soon as the rope was cut, the corpse left out like some sort of gasp as all the air from the lung just got pressured out by the weight of the shoulders and arms and head. Sounds really messed up. I'm lucky I was never part of something like that. But yeah, that's probably gonna release some stench as well.
It looks like I feel like taking a break from the stench. I'm sorry to interrupt the jubilations here. Just a little breather before we do the autopsy.
All right.
In the meantime, we should try to interview Evrard Clare, the leader of the Union. Harbor property was clearly used in the hanging. The harbor just east of here. Getting in might prove a challenge, though. Or we could ask around for the representative of the logistics company. My initial information says the Wild Pines have sent some sort of strike negotiator to wrangle control back from Evrard.
Okay.
Ask the garden for directions.
Is this the famous list of initial interviewers? Let's go then. But first of all, let's take a look at that. We have skill points, so we can level up. I think we should probably improve our psyche, given that that's our lowest stat. Oh no, wait, that... okay. That wasn't... Can I... All spent skill points. Okay, let's get that back. Put it in... Can we not do that in Psyche? Volition, Inland Empire, Empathy, Authority, Esprit de... Was auch immer. Whatever. Suggestion. Volition, I guess? Sure, let's level that up. Total 1 Psyche. I don't really quite know how that works yet, but let's just... That's fine, that's fine. Okay, tools. Use the interact button in your inventory to interact that item. Like interact,
An
yeah?
intricate web of blue lines stretches across the torso of the hanged man, from the right shoulder to the solar plexus. Each time the lines intersect, a small white star is formed in their crossing. Hundreds of fading asterisks riddle his skin. Their concentration is highest around his heart.
Okay, so that just replays what you already know,
pattern
okay?
Still kind of has an ethnic feel to it, but nothing familiar.
Who are you? What's the meaning of
For
this
you
tattoo?
to discover. You've gotten as far as you will without assistance. Someone who knows about history could tell you.
Okay, let's put it away. Let's see if someone knows history then. More and more things showing up here, okay. Can we like heal that at some point? I guess we'll see eventually. But okay, so we have 2 now, plus 1 morale. Wonderful. Oh.
There are several footprints in the mud, left by work boots. Anywhere from 6 to 12 pairs have walked here.
Yeah, let's hope.
Maybe more than 12.
Good.
No, 8 pairs of boots have shuffled back and forth in the mud. 1. Standard work boot, steel reinforced toes, number 46.
Okay.
2. Standard work boot, steel reinforced toes, number 44. 3. Hobnailed work boot, steel reinforced toes, number 43. 4. Standard work boot, number 45 or 46. You don't know. It's a miracle you can tell the prints apart as it is. The cold must have preserved them. 5. Another standard work boot, steel reinforced toes, number 44. 6. An aberration, light as air, even pace, same make of boot, but number 41. Impossible to tell. Could also have been an adolescent. The gait is undeveloped. You're not bad. It's as if the whole world darkens. Everything else has a thin film of unimportance on it, and the tracks burn in the middle of it, in a strange, beautiful way.
Okay, let's keep counting them.
7. The glowing outline of a standard work boot, number 46. But the imprints are twice as deep as the others. The weight exceeds 200 kilograms.
Oh wow, that's heavy, yeah.
8. And yet another standard work boot, number 44. There's an aberration in the pattern of the sole, however. The right sole is smoother, more worn.
How many?
Okay, good to know. Let's. I don't think there's really a point in lying to him right now. Let's just say the truth.
I was pretty off then. I counted 20.
The same guys are going back and forth. Yeah.
I never got the hang of it. Hyperopia. Do you see anything out of the ordinary?
Light step, number 41 shoes.
A woman or a kid? Understood. Anything else?
There's a heavy one, 200 kilogram imprint.
200? Could it be the combined weight of two people, one carrying the other who's tied up? Let's say a heavily built worker carrying a similarly built, soon-to-be dead man.
He might be right. 200 kilograms of living weight is unlikely.
One of them was carrying him over. Maybe it was a giant. It could have been an extremely obese person. I don't know. Yeah, let's say that.
Possibly. Yes.
Okay, he marks something down on his notebook. So, let's
But
continue then. Why did they have to carry him?
Yes, they could have used a makeshift stretcher or just march him up to the gallows.
Maybe the victim refused to walk to his own lynching. Maybe the victim wasn't conscious. Our reading of these prints could be wrong. Let's say maybe the victim wasn't conscious.
Even easier to carry on a stretcher or between two men.
Oh yeah, true.
Anyway, it's for future consideration. What else can you see?
An aberration. One sole is smoother than the other.
Interesting. Let's name it the odd sole.
Do you have any ideas, Lieutenant?
Someone operating a workbench with a pedal? Like a joiner at the harbor. Or maybe a drummer?
So one of the people we are looking for is a drummer?
No, it's not. Forget I said it. We are not looking for a drummer.
Oh, okay, that was a failed what was it called? Check for the verbiage people use. Okay.
Perhaps it could be a driver. A driver would wear out the right shoe before the left. The accelerator is on the right.
He doesn't seem to hear you, looking south toward the traffic jam instead. The machines are silent. The engines are all turned off.
We should keep our eyes open around the traffic jam. See whether anyone strikes out as a potential suspect. Seems prudent, no?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, how old do you think those tracks are?
A week, maybe? 7 days would fit the time frame provided to us by the caller, who reported the hanging.
It is not impossible.
How do you know?
I heard last week's forecast for coastal Havashot. 7 days below freezing. The day before, the day of his hanging, was the last warm day.
Correct again. Sub-zero temperatures would preserve the tracks in a good state. The commotion here could have taken place a week ago.
What do you think happened here? Let's just ask him. Whatever.
What do I think? A mob of people brought something heavy to the tree. One of them was carrying the victim. They shuffled around, especially under the tree. Then, after hoisting him up, they stood in a semicircle facing his direction. At first glance, this appears to be a lynching.
Indeed. They all stood in a row here and looked at the tree.
Yeah, I mean, that all makes sense so far.
Yes,
Let's see how this
everything
goes.
fit so well. Carried him over, hoisted him up, watched him hang. This is easy.
I think we have a firm understanding of what happened here.
The lieutenant's eyes narrow. He's thinking to himself.
Either way. What else?
We've been through all of it. Okay then. Is there anything else to
Rotten
glean here?
man lies on his side, with his eyes looking straight through you. The belt is still around his neck. His body is supine and open to intrusion. By autopsy, the lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath.
Oh, it's locked. Okay. Okay, Inland Empire would reveal that. Okay. So that's for... That's... Inland Empire is, I guess, for gleaming more information from dead people. Okay, I'll think about that. I should put the next point into that. Could be useful eventually. First, what exactly is a field autopsy?
Come on, officer. You know what a field autopsy is. You've done 100 of them.
Definitely, yeah.
What you do know is, at 18.9 kilometers, the dormant shield volcano, Corpus Mundi, is the world's highest summit, and the failure of the 38 single, Epui Descent, to crack the top 20 was the death knell of disco. But what a field autopsy is, you have no idea.